Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are doing more swatches and I've been posting stuff, so I really wanted to know how long it took for me to do a swatch. So far I've done these three today. These have been from earlier in the month, around where the month began, and as you can see I'm wearing the black one. The previous set was green with our little 31, which was quite interesting. So this is what I have so far. I think I will use because sometimes when you cut the what's it called, the swatch you do it and it pops out, and like sometimes it gets cracked. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not in the best shape. It's a little broken, and it's like, so I decided to use them, especially because I don't want to have to clean the tray every time I do something, or having to clean a lot of powder. So I'm just gonna cut them a little shorter, because honestly this is not gonna go all the way. I have to like scoop a little to cover that part, and that's what happened. I think on the red one it was still not enough, even though I had cut it a little short. But anyways, it's okay, it's fine. And I do want to use some of these scoopers that I have, that way I can see. You can see that one's broken, totally broken. We might use the blue one for that one because it's a darker color. But I do want to know how much time I spent on each swatch. It's easy to just press stop and record for a 15-second short, which is fine. But honestly, I want to know how much time it takes. So with that said, we're gonna put our swatches away for now, and I'm just focused on the swatch we're doing. I think I'm gonna do, we'll do the red one. I really like this red one. It's 31. I don't put the number until much later, and I really like how fast I can do this, because let's just say it's super easy. So I get my base, that's number one, and it's a swatch, so we normally have to prep it. Just gotta make sure it's clean. I'm gonna soak it in there, and that's the thing, that it doesn't go all the way, so I have to scoop a little bit, or else it's gonna dry up and it's not gonna get any powder. So let me move the base out of there. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. Careful, because I don't want to clean up a mess. So just be very careful, very gentle. And as you can see, it's not completely covered-ish, not like the other red one, if you have seen that one. And we are dealing with a little of medium glitters, so be very careful with those. Gonna let it dry a little bit more, just a few seconds. And then we're going to, with a firmer brush. If you don't have these types of brush, that's okay. You can use a toothbrush. Those are good too. They have those firm brush strings, I guess. So then we're gonna use another layer of base. And as you can see, I don't have a lot of a swatch. I don't have a complete swatch. That would mean that I'm using less of my liquid. I should have dipped it instead of closing the base, but oh well. It is what it is. Just gonna scoop, let it be in there. I'm gonna close my base because we're not gonna need it anymore. And we're gonna do activator. Now I know it's a swatch, and you don't really, I'm personally am not gonna buff the whole nail, but I do like to soften the edges, just for fun. Just softening in it. As you can see, there's a lot of glitter on here. It's better coverage. I only do 2 layers of the color. Whatever I'm doing, I only do 2 dips, because this is good enough, and we don't want it to be bulky. This is just a swatch practice, just to display the color. So there's that. All right, so once that's there, we're gonna take away whatever is extra. And then we're gonna do activator. So I'm gonna put this away over here. The activator will completely seal, because after this you want to wait a few seconds and then file, shape, and buff. I shouldn't have added so much, but anyways, the point is that it will completely dry. I do have some glitters in there that I might have to file away, but this is the activator. There we go. It focused a little bit. So while that dries, I'm gonna clean up the powder. Just gonna clean up, let that dry. I'm gonna put this here. Gonna, just kind of clean the one I had. Gonna clean the bucket, the little container, because sometimes, especially if you're pouring inside of here, like it will get on the sides, on the rim where the lid slides. So just be careful. All right. Whoops. Okay, so once you do that, your paper is kind of clean. You fold it taquito style, and then your other hand pats the powder. That way it comes down through the little open straight into the container. And if you can't get it all out like that, you can use a brush. Just carefully pat it all in there. Alright, so I'm going to use the other side just because we're not going to use the powder anymore. Be very careful, very gentle. Very, very, very careful. I think there's a few glitters in there, as you can see. So I'm going to try to get those out, because I do not want to lose them, and I don't want them on my other powder. I think I should have let the swatch dry a little more, because I think it's a little stuck in there. The glitters on the brush are kind of stuck, so that's fine. It's okay. So let's see. So it's completely firm. It's completely dry. So what we're gonna do is, it's a little rough on the edges. So it's gonna file a little bit. And if you are using a glitter on top, even if it's dip, always make sure you put a clear or a transparent layer on top. That way it seals it, and when you're filing after your activator, you're not taking away any glitter, because then it's gonna look weird. So just some advice. Thank you for being here. So we're just gonna softly, it's not that bad. Okay, once we do that, we go in with our gel top. Normally you would put an activator, but like I said, I don't buff the whole nail, and there's not going to be any oil stuff, so it's no lifting. I don't think any lifting will happen. And then we just let it dry for a few seconds. The second layer, if you put a second layer, it's going to take a lot longer, maybe like 2-3 minutes, maybe more, depending on the company. One company that I have is the Beetles Gel Polish Dip Powder Unicorn Set. The second coat of gel top took like 10 minutes to dry, the second layer. So yeah, just make sure that you always every once in a while check it. This one, yeah, it's sticky. don't let the tick trick you, because that's the nail. Sometimes the skin will be a better indicator whether it's sticky or not. This is 31, and today is the 21 or 21st, depending on how you say it. And I used to put stickers on my swatches. As you can see here, this was the first swatch I made. I was trying to do Sharpie art, trying to see what worked and all that, but for now I'm just gonna do this. And yes, it's mostly transparent, so it's kind of nice. It doesn't really compare to the other one, to the 252. That one is completely covered, so you can imagine. So yeah, that's our nail. Very nice. And really nice indeed. Seems like it takes me about 5 to 7 minutes to do a swatch. Not bad. And it's really quick, really nice. And now you know what 31 looks like, and if you want to color underneath so it shines through and it's not clear. So well, swatches really do help to shine, to like let the color shine, or like if you're trying to do something like a design. I know it doesn't look that appealing, but or in general, if you want to try an idea. This one didn't really work. It got a little smudged, and the brush got really it really like messed the color, and it got tainted, and I had to use number 4, the brush saver. I panicked. But there we go. Okay, it's a little rough because of the glitter, and I think that's why they do recommend a second layer. But like I said, these are swatches. They're just gonna be for show. Nobody's gonna wear them, and ooh, that looks pretty. I love red and black. So favorite 2 colors. So thank you so much for being here. I really hope you learned something, and this is the company we're using, Azure Beauty. I hope I'm saying that right. This is dip powder, and it comes with all you could need: the base, the activator, the gel top, and even the brush saver. And it's all in this wonderful little kit. I got the Christmas one, so I'm really excited about that one. I don't think I'm gonna do a clear one. I feel like that would be like a waste of time because it's clear. But I do look forward to making another short where I will use the blue one. So really excited about that. Hopefully I'll be able to use this one and it won't be that much of a struggle. Or I can just cut it a little shorter. We'll see. But as you can see, they're kind of the same size. So I might just have to chop it a little, and it's gonna be all right. But just to layer it out, these are the colors that come in the kit. We got some glitters. These are in the order that how I done the swatches, and of course we don't have the clear. And I am about to do the blue, so that's the only one that's still sealed. And yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for being here, and as always, take care. God bless. Goodbye.